A very good morning, all. I am Dr. S.P. Vijayaraghavan, Associate Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronic, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. Now we go to the subject microprocessor and microcontroller. In this microprocessor and microcontroller, one interesting topic that is interfacing. In this interfacing, microprocessor interfacing is there, microcontroller interfacing is there. Now we can step into the microcontroller interfacing. First, we can see the introduction. This is the microprocessor is a programmable chip that forms a CPU of a computer. Nowadays, many microprocessor chips are available in the market for use to select depending on the applications. In general purpose chip can be classified a general purpose microprocessor, microcontroller, and a DSP processor. In this general purpose microprocessor is the CPU of the digital computer and need the external components such as memory, input device and output device, and a decoder to the function of the micro computer systems. These chips can be used any general purpose applications and can be configured by some users. For example, it is a 8-bit processor and Intel 8085 and Xilinx 80 series and Motorola 6800. For example, if 16-bit processor or Intel 8086 and 8088 and Motorola 6800 are the example for the 32-bit processor, and Intel 80186 and 80286 and 80386 are and Motorola 68030. These are coming under the 32-bit processor. In this general, these microprocessor based system get the data from the mass storage device. That mass storage device is the performance of calculations and store the results and store the storage of the devices. In this general purpose microprocessor, use the external memory and a lot of processor time involved in data transfer between the external memory and the processor. Previously, we saw about the microprocessor introduction. Now we can see the microcontroller. This microcontroller or the processor chip that is generally have memory input port and output port within the chip itself. Therefore, they can be also be called a single chip computer and computer on a chip or system on a chip. In this microcontroller are used in the mission control applications where there is no need to change the program. In the equipments that we use the microcontroller is includes the computer printers, plotters, fax machines and Xerox machines, telephones, and automobile engine control mechanisms, and electric instruments such as oscilloscope and multimeters and plane meters and IC testers, etc. are involved in the microcontroller. The major difference between the microprocessor and microcontroller is a microcontroller are the comparative faster because of reduce the external memory accessing. In this Intel 8031 and 8051 and 8096 are the microcontroller. 68HC11 are the example for the microcontrollers. Next, we can go to the DSP processor of introduction. Previously, we saw the microprocessor and microcontroller introduction. Now we see the DSP processor introduction. DSP processor is the processing chip that have flexible hardware and software to implement the single processing algorithm. These processors have the externally arithmetic logical unit for the operation of floating and flexible point memory formations. Like the microcontroller, so DSP processor is also have one chip memory that is input and output port, analog to digital converter and serial ports that are used in mobile phones and digital cameras and PBX systems and smart card readers. Now we can see that MCS 51 series, that is Intel MCS 51 series microcontroller. In this Intel Corporation has many microcontroller in both 8-bit and 16-bit configurations. This 8-bit microcontroller in many parts number MCS 51 or the family name. There is a various MCS 51 series of microcontroller. For example, it is starting from 8XC 51RD and comes with this internal RAM of 64 KB. While 8XC51FC comes with only 32-bit KB RAM. First, we can see that 8-bit microcontrollers, 4 KB ROM and 8 KB ROM, 16 KB read only memory, then 32 KB ROM and 64 KB ROM. These are the coming under C51 series. Just you can see that tabular column, what are the devices, device numbers and data bus width and RAM capacity and ROM capacity. For example, if we take 8031, the data bus with 8 and RAM capacity is 128 byte. In this, there is no ROM capacity. For example, 8051 next one, same data bus is 8 and 128 byte, but in the ROM capacity is 4 kilobyte. Like that, the series will be continuing. In this Intel 8-bit microcontroller, the Intel Corporation have many microcontroller on the both 8-bit and 16-bit configuration. In this 8-bit configuration are available in many parts of numbers with MCS 51 and family names. For example, 8XC 51RD comes with an internal ROM of 64 kilobyte, while it is 8XC 51FC comes with 32 kilobit of ROM. All the microcontroller chip is listed above have some basic architectures. In this Intel 8051 architectures, the main feature of 8051 chips are 8-bit CPU and 4 kilobyte of on-chip program memory and 128 byte of on-chip data RAM and 4 port of 8-bit each and 2 16-bit timer and full duplex serial port and 1 chip clock oscillators. In addition of the above features of 8051 is provide Boolean processing, that is a 6 interrupt capability and full-fledged of CPU for control applications. Next, we can see that 8051 architectures. In that architectures, mainly we want to see that two blocks, that is ALU, arithmetic and logic unit, and system interrupt timers. From this ALU, port access, DPTR and DPH and DPL. These are following of 16-bit of address bus. And PSW and SFRS and ROM. SFRS have some SFR area. In this area is calculating IE, IP, and PCON, S buffer and SCON, TCON, and time L0 and timer high, timer 1 and 2. In this ALU will support the latches. Latches will control that port 1, port 2, port 3. Each port, the port 0 have 7 address bus, that is AD0 to AD7, and port 2 have address of 8 to address of 15, and port 3 also input and output, the interrupt controller serial data, that is a read and write memory, and port 1 is totally occupied of input and output. Previously we saw that thing is the architecture. Now we can see that block diagram of 8051. Sorry. In this 8051, the block diagram, just there is a buffer is a and beacon program counter and DPTR. All things is followed by that ALU. In this ALU, it will follow the PSW and TMP1, TMP2, and timer and control. This will control by the instruction register. From this address bus and data bus will carry the things of port 1 latch and port 3 latch. From this port 1 latch, there is two-way communication in between port 1 drives, and same as port 3 latch is the same communication between the port 3 drivers. And next, we want to see that a RAM in this topmost of the stack pointer is available in this ALU control of block diagram. So previously we saw that architecture diagram, that PCON, SCON, same TM0, and TM1 and TM2 is also occupied in this block diagram. Also do the processing of internal serial port and time blocks. And then next we can see that 8051 microcontroller introduction. In this 8051 is an 8-bit microcontroller. The data bus within and outside the chip, it is a 8-bit wide. The address bus of 8051 is a 16-bit wide, so it can be addressed 64 kilobyte of memory. The lower order addressing bus of multiple within the data bus as in 8051 processor. So the port 0 and port 2 pins of 8051 from the multiplexer addressed and the data bus. In this 8051, the pin details of dual inline package that we say as DIP IC, dual inline package that we say as DIP ICs. In this pin 8051 have 40 pins. That from 1 to 7, 1 to 8. All things are from port 1, port 2, port 3. And 9th pin is reset and RxD and INT 0 and INT 1. And 16 is a write option and 17 is a read. And 21 to 28, that is addressed A8 to A15. And then 32 to 39, that is address 0 to address 7. And last one is 40th pin is VCC. In this 8051, just we can see that pin details. In this 8051, it is a 40-pin chip. The power supply is plus VCC and VSS. It is a take 2 pins and the built-in clock oscillators. It is located at 2 pins, that XTAL1 and XTAL2 for the connecting of crystals. Next one is 4 control signal pins, that is in 8051, that we say as PSEN, that is a program store enable. In this ALE and EA is an external axis and RST is a reset. So RST is a active high reset signal to restart the control chip. In this 8051 responds to RST high input only. If RST is high, held high for at least 2 mission cycle. A mission cycle is a period taken by any process of fetching and execute of 1 instructions. In 8051, the maximum number of clock cycle takes for an mission cycle is 12. So the RST pin must be high for at least 24 clock periods. The PSEN and ALEEA are the signals used in the conjunctions with the external memory axis of 8051. So in this memory organization, in the 8051, the memory is organized logically into the program. The memory and the data memory is separately. This program memory is a read-only type. The data memory is organized read and write memory. Again, the both program and data memory can be within the chip or outside. This Intel 8051 has 128 byte of RAM and 4 KB of ROM within the chip. This address bus of 8051 is a 16-bit wide, so it can be access 64 kilobyte of memory. In this memory organization of 8051, from that memory, there is two things is that is a program memory and a data memory. From that program memory, there is internal memory and external memory. Internal is 4 KB and external is 64 KB. Same as data memory, there is internal memory and external memory is available. In this internal memory, 128 byte and external memory is 64 kilobyte. So memory organizations, as the memory is organized separately as a program memory of the data memory of 8051 microcontroller, can access the 64 byte of program memory and 64 kilobyte of the data memory. The user can be configure the entire program memory and outside the chip of using 64 kilobyte inside and 60 kilobyte outside of the chip. So in this internal data, yeah, one second. Yeah, in this internal data memory, it is access of 8-bit address and the external data memory is a 16-bit address. So the maximum data memory that can be configured to the 8051 system in 64 KB. Yeah, in this internal data memory is accessed with 8-bit address and the external data memory is 16-bit address. So the maximum data memory can be connected to the 8051. The system is 64 KB. So in this internal RAM structure, 8051 has 128 byte of internal data RAM, which is accessible as a byte of or sometimes as a bits. The address of internal RAM starts of 00H and occupied the space up to 7FH. So the RAM space is divided into the 3 blocks. That is register banks and bit addressable memory and stash pad memory. So the 8051 has a 4 register banks of 8 register each with the address of 00H and 1FH. In assembly language, there are addressed by that name of R0 to R7. Totally, the internal RAM structures, the bank 3, bank 2, bank 1, and bank 0, that is 4 banks. In this bank R0 to R7, that is 00 to 007, and same as R0 to R7, that is 08 to 0F. Next, in that bank 2, 10 to 17. So in this bank 3, 18 to 1F. Yeah, next in this internal RAM structures, the internal RAM structures, the register bank of identified within the 2 bits of a processor status word that we say as PSW. In this PSW, have a 2-bit of identifying the register bank of responsible bank 0 and 1. In this represent of the bank 1 and 10 is represented of bank 2, and 11 is represented the bank 3. So in this 8051, the bitwise, the operations are also possible with the specific instruction using the bit address. In this bit addressable memory is the both bit addressable from 00H to 7FH, and from this byte the addressable from 20H to 2FH. The bit operations are helpful in many control algorithm. In this many algorithm, using the general purpose stackpad memory, programs can read and write data at any time for any purpose. This memory range of the byte address of 30H to the address of 7FH. Now we can see that SFRs, that is a special function registers, the SFR which occupied upper 128 byte and internal memory of the register that control the entire processor. They can be accessed by the direct addressing. This register is available in this 8051. There is some registers, that is A and B, that is accumulator, and PSW, that is process status word, that input and output port register, that P0, P1, P2, and P3, and data point, that is DPH and DPL, that is a data point high and data point low. So, and next one is SBUF, that is serial buffer register, that is SP, that is a stack point. In this timer register, TH0 and TH1 and TL0 and TL1. In this timer control register, TCON and T mode, that is a time control register. So the power and port control, that is a PCON and SCON. And next one is interrupt control register, that IP and IE. Next one is a special function register. In this special function register, that is a program should not use the address in the range of 80H and FFH other than SFR, as it is used to the Intel Corporation for the expand function of 8051. In this 8051 has a two accumulator, A register and B registers. In this register B, from this accumulator for the multiplications and division of instructions, and for the other instruction it can be accessed as a general purpose register. There is some list of registers, that is accumulator A and B, and in the special function register, the stack of 8051 is organized within the internal RAM area. The stack point is either bit width and has to be initialized with an address in the RAM area. When the 8051 is rest, the stack point is the default set of 00H. So in this stack point is increased before storing the data in the stack. It is similarly, while read the data from the stack, the data is the read first, and then the stack point is decremented.